What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. We have a brand new playlist coming at you, brand new segment we're going to start doing from coffee to cigars. So before we get into what this is all about, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends, because this one's going to be a fun one. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I show off my coffee mugs every morning and my cigars that I smoke at night. So I got to thinking about this and I was like, well, this actually ties in really perfectly with lifestyle, because what coffee does is it's what you do during the day, get you revved up, get you motivated, get you going throughout your day, accomplishing your goals. And then what cigars do is they calm you down, relax you, and put you to sleep. So we are going to be creating like a lifestyle tip channel here where you can send in your questions and things like that. And if it has to do with your diet, your training, things that you're going to do during the day to get you motivated, get you moving, it's going to be paired with coffee. And if it is going to be something that's going to relax you, recover, recuperate, that kind of thing, it's going to be paired with cigars. So it's funny because as I started thinking about doing this particular segment, coffee and cigars is actually paired together quite a bit. And the reason for that is because there's this saying that says what grows together goes together. And coffee beans are grown in the bean belt, which is around the equator between the Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer. And that's the same place that tobacco leaves are grown, where cigars are made. So they actually go together very, very well. And when you think about the fitness world and lifestyle, you know, what you do during the day, your training, nutrition, your diet goes with your recovery. If you don't have both of them, you're not getting an optimal result. So I thought this would be kind of fun. So the way that we're going to do this is you guys are going to send in questions. I already have a bunch, and whatever they actually deal with is what we're going to pair it with. And I'm going to do actual coffee tastings and cigar samplings. So for today, we are going to do a coffee tasting. This is a brand new coffee that I've actually never tried before, so we're going to do it together. Now, I want to preface this by saying I am not an expert at this stuff. I just love coffee and I love cigars. So we're going to learn this stuff together. I'm going to tell you what I taste when I do these kinds of things, and maybe it'll give you something to go and try for yourself, right? So the first thing that we're going to do today is I'm going to actually show you the best way to brew a very fantastic cup of coffee without any fluff. So if you guys are the ones that like to go out there and get the Starbucks like mocha choco latte, fruity pebbles, whatever the hell, this is not going to be your coffee, right? So we're going to go into this a little bit, tell you a little bit about the particular coffee that I chose for today. Go ahead and brew it. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then once we've got the coffee brewed and ready to go, we're going to answer your fitness questions that you sent in. All right, so let's go do it. All right, so the coffee that I chose for today is Enderley Coffee Company. I just picked this up at the grocery store. I've never tried it before. I just was walking around and looking at the bags, to be honest with you. So I figured I would try something a little bit different, but I do like a dark roast. This is a dark roast. It's smooth dark chocolate notes is what it has, and it's a dark roast. This particular company is ethically traded coffee for the dark coffee drinker. And so I wanted to kind of give them a little bit of a highlight here. I don't know anything about the company other than I just saw it in the grocery store and it looked good. So first thing is that when you pick up a bag of coffee, or when you go buy coffee, you need to get whole beans. If you're getting ground coffee, you're not getting your full flavor. So make sure that when you go get the coffee itself, that it's full whole beans. That's the first and foremost, most important thing to having the best cup of coffee. So let's go ahead and open this up and get it going. If I can open it. It's supposed to be strong, right? Okay. We're going to cut it. You didn't see that. Okay. It's open, right? So depending on how much coffee you're brewing and depending on how strong you want it, that's how much coffee beans you want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a simple brew. So I'm going to take a couple of tablespoons. This is completely up to you as far as how much you want to put in. I'm going to do 3. I think that's enough for me. Now, just like wine, coffee has its smells, right? And I can definitely smell the dark chocolate in here. It's very rich. All right. And just grinding it brings that aroma out a little bit more. It's actually really beautiful. So I'm looking forward to this. Now, the best cup of coffee that you can ever get is going to be a French press, hands down. So that's what this is, French press right here. So the way that you do this is you just put your beans in there with hot boiling water. So we'll put the beans in first. And I have it really, really finely ground. That's going to make it stronger too. The more you grind it, the stronger it's going to get. And then we are going to boil some water. So this is my handy dandy little water boiler, pot, whatever. I first found out about this while I was in Japan. They had one of these in my hotel room. Loved it so much that I came home and I bought one. I think I actually even ordered it on like the Japanese Amazon website or something. I don't even remember, but it's fantastic. So just stick this on here. I'll let that boil. So this will boil in 2 minutes, maybe. See? And once that little light goes off, it's ready to go. Oh, starting to bubble, starting to bubble. There we go, boiling hot water. So make sure you have something to stir your coffee with once you get the water in there. So we're just going to pour the water in. And I've got enough here to make probably about 1.5 to 2 cups of coffee. And again, if you do less water, the coffee is going to be stronger. Do more water, it's going to be a little bit weaker. There we go. And then what you want to do is you want to stir this. Okay? You stir for about a minute. And once it's been going for about a minute, it's done. Take your plunger on the top and press down. That presses all those beans down to the bottom and get you your rich coffee on top. You do want to press it all the way down because it's going to squeeze out the water that's in the beans. And there you have it. Fresh brewed hot coffee, ready to go. Ready to go try it? Let's go. Okay, so time to test it. That's really smooth. Like sometimes coffees can be kind of bitter, especially dark roasts. This is not at all. I can definitely taste a little bit of the dark chocolate in there. It's so smooth, it does not remind me of typical dark roasts. Like, it's very, very good. So when you're tasting coffee, it's just like tasting wine. You want to smell it, you want to bring the whole thing in, like really take it in deep, right? Enjoy it. There's so much education that I could spew out about coffee. We could do it together if you want. I don't have a problem with that. I used to work at Starbucks. Now I know that's like the I don't know, mainstream version of all this, whatever you want to call it. But I used to work at Starbucks and we used to do food pairings and everything with coffee too. So if that's something you guys want to see, go ahead and comment below. We can definitely try other types of blends and brews and things like that that you like, pair it with food, whatever. This is something I think is really fun and very interesting. One of the best parts about when I worked at Starbucks is when we would get like a new seasonal brew in or something like that, we would sit down and pair it with the different foods. So if that's something you'd like to see or something you'd like to try, let me know. I'm up for it. But while we're drinking this coffee now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a question that I'm going to answer for you guys today in regard to fitness and lifestyle. Okay, so this was a question that was sent in actually by one of my lifestyle clients. So I asked her if I could use this because I think it's something that a lot of people deal with. And I'm just going to read it to you and then we'll talk about what the solutions are. Okay? Any advice on the following? I'm on my 1-year anniversary wedding trip. We came to New Orleans. I've been trying so freaking hard to stay with macros, not slamming drinks, or actually haven't had any drinks. Tried my best to be specific with my orders so I'm not getting things drenched in butter or extra sauces that I have no clue what's in it. But after the flight, I've just felt so bloated. My sleep sucks because everyone's up partying until 4 a.m. And last night I finally broke and had this Alfredo pasta dish and small slice but very rich slice of cheesecake because they brought it over as a surprise and I felt like absolute shit today. And the gym they said they had, well, it's a whole different hotel. Thank goodness I brought resistance bands, but I had a different plan for workouts thinking there would be a gym. Steps are no problem because we are doing just about every walking tour possible. So this particular lifestyle client has been doing fantastic. Total body recomp over the course of her time working with me. We are on a mini cut right now because she wants to do like a photo shoot and some stuff, fun stuff in January. So she wants to look really good for that. So we are doing a mini cut. So I understand why she's upset about this particular situation. But this is what I told her. Okay. So first of all, this is an anniversary trip, right? Have fun, enjoy it. That's the whole point, right? So the whole point of a lifestyle program, the whole point of a fitness program is so that when you go on these trips and things like that, you can feel good about yourself and you make smart choices. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be perfect. Because if you have that thought process in your mind, it's going to completely ruin the experience that you have there. So I told her, so listen, it's okay. I'm like, you did that, whatever, it's in the past. You can't change that. So don't beat yourself up over it because you are mentally punishing yourself for something that is actually physically hurting you right now, which is like a double whammy, right? So what I told her instead is I said, listen, you feel like crap today because that Alfredo and that cheesecake is not good for you. You know, you feel like shit. Your body's rejecting it. Your body doesn't want it. So instead of beating yourself up, mentally over making that choice last night or whatever it was, remember what this feels like right now. Remember that this is actually not a treat for your body. For your body hates it, right? Your body's like, what the hell did you just put in my system? I don't want this. Like, don't do this to me again, right? So make this a note. And she did the right thing writing into me and asking me what to do because now she can go back and remember how she felt when she actually ate that food. It's your body rejecting it. So you're not doing anything bad mentally. You're enjoying yourself, you're celebrating your anniversary, you're having a good time, but your body's like, I don't care, I don't like this. So the next time you go to have something like that, you're actually not doing yourself any favors any way you cut it, right? And I understand also the social obligations of somebody bringing you a surprise cheesecake or something like that. And I understand it's hard to reject that because you feel like rejecting that person. So in a scenario like that, what I typically do is I'll have a bite of it and say thank you and say, listen, I just can't stomach this. Like for me personally, I'm lactose intolerant. So if you bring me cheesecake, I'm not the only one that's going to suffer. Y'all around me are going to suffer too. So make light of it, make a joke of it, make something like that and say, listen, I appreciate the gesture. Why don't you guys all have a bite too? Something along that line, right? If you want to have alcohol when you're on a trip like this or something like that, there's nothing wrong with that. You can have alcohol. But what I typically say is you can track alcohol. Alcohol is its own macro, so you have to track it as either carbs or fat. It has to go in one of those areas. And stick to drinks that are simple. Stick to glasses of wine, stick to like vodka soda, where you can really, measure what it is you're putting in there, instead of, all these sugary, fruity drinks that have a ton of crap inside them, that kind of thing. So stick to cleaner versions of alcohol. Then you can still participate and still be social, and you can still track it. And you know what? If you go over on your macros, again, you're on vacation. It's a celebration. It's not a big deal. This is what I told her too. One day is not going to ruin the months of progress that we've put in. It's just not going to do it. In reality, sometimes having a little bit of a diet break, enjoying yourself, relaxing a little bit, that's actually going to help you in the long term, right? So instead of mentally beating yourself up over something that is physically hurting you as well, now's the time to say, well, we did it. We had fun. We enjoyed ourselves. Now we're back to, the plan that we've always had this whole time, right? And don't go and do extra cardio. Don't go and try to cut your macros more. Don't try to overcompensate for what you did over the weekend. That's not going to do you any good. It's just not going to help you. And it's over and done with. So again, you don't want to punish yourself for something that is supposed to be enjoyable. That's supposed to be a life experience. It's supposed to be fun, that you're supposed to having fun with. So don't beat yourself up mentally. Okay, that's the biggest thing. Then the concept of the gym. So she actually did the right thing, bringing resistance bands. Again, going back to being off of your workouts for a day or 2 days or 3 days or whatever is not going to ruin all of the progress that you've put in over the past however many months. Bringing resistance bands, getting in a basic workout while you're there at the hotel is fantastic. If you don't have resistance bands with you, I always recommend you bring resistance bands, but there's simple ways to get them too. You can have them Instacarted, you can have them overnighted to you from Amazon Prime, that kind of thing. Always have resistance bands. You can get a fantastic workout in with resistance bands. And, most of these hotels will have simple dumbbells or something like that. So if you've got something along that line, go for it. But even at the end of the day, if you're staying active throughout the day with what you're doing on your vacation, you're fine. Again, taking a deload week or a deload weekend or something like that is not going to hurt you. It's not going to ruin your progress. You're going to still be able to go ahead and continue to make progress in your cut or whatever version of your lifestyle you're in at that point. And again, once you get back home, it's just a matter of getting right back onto your plan and going forward, right? Don't beat yourself up over it. Lifestyle plans, being healthy throughout your life, is supposed to be so that you can enjoy your life, right? It's not like you have to be super strict all the time. Now, if you're in a contest prep or something like that, that's different. That's not what we're in right now. We're in a lifestyle situation at this point. Now, we're coming up to the holidays, where a lot of situations like this are going to start popping up, where you're going to have to say no to things, where you're going to have to make the right choices and things like that. The best thing that you can do is prepare ahead of time. This is what I also mentioned to her as well. And when you go on a vacation, bring food with you that you know are going to fit your macros, and have the first few meals of your day with the food that you brought with you. So then that way you start your day off on the right foot. And then when you go out to dinner and things like that, you go out and have these parties and stuff, then at that point you can indulge a little bit, and then you don't feel like you shot your whole day, but you still are able to enjoy the food when you go out with friends and family and things like that too. Now, the last version of this thing that she sent in, was about sleep. And she mentions that, she wasn't able to sleep well because everybody's always up partying until 4 a.m. The unfortunate part about that is that there's nothing you can do about it, right? You can't control other people's actions. All you can do is control you. So sleep is a huge thing. Sleep is very, very important. Recovery is very, very important. As we've talked about with this, coffee to cigars, that sleep is important. Relaxing is important. The best thing that you can do in this scenario is try to schedule some time throughout the day to maybe take a nap. Go, if you're in a warm climate, go relax at the pool, or if you've got a gym or a spa or something, go relax there. Take a hot tub or something like that. Take a bath, something where you can relax. That's something too. If you're, with your husband or your wife or something like that, and you want to, do something romantic, have like a bath time together or something in the hotel. Who knows? Make it fun. Be creative with it. Try to recoup as best you can when you don't have the opportunity to sleep and that's outside of your control, right? the best thing that you can do, again, is just try to let go, enjoy, and don't beat yourself up, right? Don't beat yourself up. Have fun. That's what this is all about. And again, the holidays are coming up, so remember, have fun. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your time with them. You may not get it again, so you better enjoy it while you can, right? And then make healthy choices throughout the week. So I hope that helped her. I hope it helped you. And this is the introduction to coffee to cigars. So what do you guys think? Comment below. Let me know what you liked about this. Let me know what you'd like to see more of. Let me know some questions that you have that you'd like me to address too. I think this is gonna be fun. I already, like I said, I've got a bunch of questions people have sent in, but I would like to hear from you. So comment below, subscribe, like, comment, all the fun stuff, as I always say. And hey, if you feel like trying out a really smooth dark roast coffee, give them a try. I'm actually pretty good. Like I said, I just picked them at the grocery store, so it's available everywhere, and you can get. I'll put their information in the description box below too, so you can look them up. But I also like to support small businesses, so that's why I went with these guys for our first one. Again, I've never tried their coffee before. I've never had it before. It's my first time. I have no relationship with them at all or anything like that. But I've made a pretty good cup of coffee right here, so I'm gonna go enjoy this and get through with the rest of my day here. So have a great day, and we'll see you next time.